out the Loveline area at keyword MTV on America Online.
All right, back with Tori, Drew, and Adam. And when we left off, we were speaking to Jessica on the Loveline phone. Now, Jessica is pregnant. I don't know. Did she have her child, or?
Yes, I did.
She had tested for paternity and turned out not to be the guy she was having a sustained affair with. It was a married guy. It's some guy she had a one-night stand with. And, well, I think they can...
But, Drew, you can get pregnant just from having sex one time?
Imagine that. Yes, sir.
Well, then forget it. I'm not trying it.
All right. I mean, Jessica, obviously there's sort of the bigger problem of why you choose these unavailable men and what's going on there, why you act out in this fashion. But right now, this issue with this pregnancy is you have a right to support from this fellow. God knows who he is or what his ability to provide that support is. I think you can contact local authority. The marshal will take care of it for you. But do you know how to find the guy?
Yes, I do.
Do you know his name?
Yes, I do.
Do you know where he lives?
Yes, I do.
Really?
I would just straight out contact him. And if you have problems, it's time to call Legal Aid Society or get an attorney. And you have every right to. He has a fiduciary responsibility to support your child if he's over 18. And so it is. Thank you.
All right, let's talk to Emily, who's over at Dublin's on Sunset Strip. Emily?
Hi, I was wondering, I've been thinking about getting my nipples pierced, and would I still be able to breastfeed?
Answer that actually is, as I understand, you can. Certainly the devices, whatever you have in there, can be taken out. And I don't know if it makes it any more...
Devices.
Well, whatever they people. Piercing, I don't get pierced.
Don't call a hoop a device.
I just don't get it.
Square. What do you call a stud or a hoop a device? These devices the kids are wearing, and these neck devices. What are they called? A necklace straw? Yes. They're all the rage.
I don't get piercing, but as I understand it, it does not prevent breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is already a kind of a difficult maneuver. People don't realize that the mother and child have to sort of learn how to do this. Each hospital usually provide experts who teach women how to do the breastfeeding. And certainly...
Really? They think they have an internship over there? Maybe I could get involved on a volunteer basis.
All right, Adam. But it does not prevent breastfeeding. It might make it more difficult, but it doesn't prevent it. So thanks for your question, Emily. Trey is 22.
I would leave one nipple unmolested just in case there was some residual effect to the piercing. I always leave one good thing. That's why God gave you two, so you could pierce one.
Yeah, but you guys don't have to, do you? I mean, you have nipples, but like the poor guy before that had he only gets one of those.
That's true. That's true. That means no piercing.
No, that means if you get it wrong, you get it really wrong.
Right. I'm not willing to chance that.
I don't think most guys are. I mean, some guys really like the way it feels, and it's just a drag that she had funny teeth, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's your message. Don't date people with funny teeth.
Or braces.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that I think it's great that to be able to talk to Tori, and I think it's great what she's doing with Rain. I wondered if you could help me with a little question I have. I've got sort of an unnatural obsession. I have this uncontrollable desire to see women's bare feet. When I've had a girlfriend in the past, I enjoyed touching or kissing her bare feet. But I'm single now, and when I'm in a public place, like a park or wherever women are wearing sandals or walking around barefoot, I find it very arousing and will sometimes think about touching their feet. I never act on it, but I was just wondering if this attraction is abnormal and how I can just sort of get over it so I don't find it so distracting.
You need to work in a shoe shop.
It's like Adam becoming an intern in a breastfeeding clinic.
I think women's feet it's a beautiful thing. So, I mean, God, you could have picked other parts of the body that are kind of not so groovy.
Well, but I think to me, I have no attraction to the woman's feet, except for, actually, the thing I like most about the feet is they're holding the breasts up. So I do acknowledge the feet and the importance, at least in that role. But I think it's a self-esteem thing, isn't it? Because it's like, kiss my feet.
Hey, look, I don't claim to know where these kinds of fetishes come from, but they certainly are not harmful. He doesn't have to worry about it.
I mean, Dr. Drew, how many men, and let's be honest, guys, in this audience, be honest, how many of you, when you see a woman with nice breasts, want to touch them? I mean, I think that a lot of guys, because I know I'm with a crew of 32 men. I have 32 guys on my crew. And they just watch these girls come in. I got to say, guys, tune the piano. Guys, hello, back to work. I mean, it is not, women think very differently from men, even though it's like, oh, he's got a cute ass. It's like, hey, hang on a minute, I'm fascinated how much men think about sex.
And how visually preoccupied
And they're
they are.
very preoccupied, and so if this guy's in defeat, I mean, you know.
So
It sounds pretty benign.
benign. Don't worry
Yes.
about it. That's his thing, Trey. Don't worry, okay?
All right.
I have a concern about him working at a shoe store, however. He could get a little bit carried away.
Trey's been in the bathroom for an hour and 45 minutes now with Mrs. Scholes, actually. All right. Chris, who do you have for us?
I'm over here with this good-looking guy, Jason. Come on up, and he's got a question for you.
How you doing? I'm 20 years old, and I have a 2-year-old son. And it seems like when I date women or I tell them, I have a 2-year-old son, it seems like that's the last time I talk to him, I see him. And so my problem is my question actually is, how do I tell a woman that I'm interested in that I have a son without scaring her off?
There are some people that you're just going to scare off.
He's dating totally the wrong girls, because he's a good-looking guy. He seems like, seems like really nice. I'm sure there's thousands of women that would love to go out.
There will, but there also are a lot of young people that are overwhelmed by the idea of having a child. They don't want to raise somebody else's child. They don't want a child at all. They're not ready for that kind of commitment. It's very scary to a 20-year-old or 18-year-old or 22-year-old to take on that kind of a responsibility.
But probably more women willing to date a guy with a child than there are men willing to date a woman with a child, which is kind of sad because it usually turns out that the women are the ones with the kids.
Yeah, that's right.
It's actually the guy out dating is what caused them to be home with the kid.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. He's obviously like screaming responsible here.
And I think it's great that you're putting the kid as a priority in your life, and so you require that as part of the relationship. So it will work out.
Hey, and I would at the beginning call him your dwarf buddy. All right. I'm looking for an innovative way.
All right.
Put it in a little elf shirt.
Aaron. Aaron is 19.
What's your question, Aaron?
Hi. Hi, Tori. I just wanted to say that. I have a boyfriend that's somewhat violent. He hasn't struck me or anything, but he wants to do, like, violent things during sex and whatnot. And I'm cheating on him with another guy that's really nice to me and whatnot. But I'm scared on how to tell this one guy how I want to break up with him and whatnot, because I'm afraid he's going to attack me.
All right, so it's intimidating. All right, this is pretty heavy, and it's going to take some investigation, and we'll investigate it after we take a look at Hey Jupiter.